Donnie B got to be.
Good evening, everybody. This is Donnie B. Got the beat. You know we live on the beat. You already know what time it is, man. Listen, I got the pleasure to bring in this guy right here, man. Listen, this is my fam, bro. Like, and everybody that know me know I got brothers, but I got brothers too. You know what I mean? And my brothers, I'm talking about like we go way back. Like when I first started in the gang. You know what I'm saying? This brother right here. Man, he was really, he I don't want to say it real funny, you know, because it's 2021, but you know, his brother held my hand in the process, you know what I'm saying, when I was coming through, you know, gave me words of encouragement when it was real difficult, you know what I'm saying, kind of showed me the ropes along with big brother Nitty, you know what I'm saying. This guy, man, was real influential with me, man, and I you know, reaching out and having this platform, man, I was like, you know, I always got to go back, you know, to the people who got me where I am, so that the world could see these people, because these people move and shake, man. So without further ado, I gotta say what's up to my boy, my brother, my fam, big Atif Muhammad. We call him Active. Active, what's good?
What's good, man? What's happening, man? I appreciate that intro, man. That was all love right there.
Well, man, I say, man, it's nothing but facts, bro. Pure facts, man. Like, you know, listen, it's been forever and a day since I talked to you, man. I'm elated to have you on the show, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, actually, man. I'm actually proud of you, man. See you and Devin, how you guys grew up, and to see where you guys are taking it. It's a beautiful thing. We all still in it, bro. It's 2021. We still here.
Yeah, I see you in the lab right now, chefing, man. You chefing right now.
You see that? Little bit of editing, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't got those talents on the board like you, but I do got them executive talents, though.
Hey, man, that's what you got me where I'm at today because of that. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. All you guys ever did was produce heat. You know, you, Devin. I'm serious, man. The beats that we would use, the rhythms, the synchronicities, man, is just on the next level. You know, I come from a musical background, you know, from family and everything. So that's, you know, I don't take that with a grain of salt. I don't say that lightly.
Yeah, I know. I know. And that, you know, it fills me up, bro. I appreciate you, man. Like, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, man. And, you know, so shout out to Nitty Records, man. Let's start there. Top Flight.
Well, let's shout out to Julian Hurley right now. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you know, he's going through some troubles right now, but you know, with all troubles coming with ease afterwards. So
indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Shout out to Dodge Dogs. Shout out to the whole fam, everybody, man. It came
Dodge Dogs. Wow.
You know, hey, man, came back, right?
Yeah.
So
Porsche.
That's back when
Porsche. Yeah.
Porsche. Yeah, for sure, man. Well, like I said, man, it's a pleasure to have you all, man. So let's get to it, man. So talk to us, man. Like, I know you, but my viewers don't know you. So give us a little bit of clarity about who is Atif, man. Like, who is Atif Muhammad, man? Like, what's you about? Like, what got you from point A to where you are now, man?
Well, that's a convoluted question, actually, because I can't really talk about me without paying homage to my ancestors. I come from a long lineage of successful men, actually, trendsetters, groundbreakers, trailblazers. You know, my great great grandfather's Matthew Dogan. Have you ever seen the movie The Great Debaters? with
Yeah.
Denzel Washington. You know,
Yeah.
that's the story of my grandfather actually.
Wow.
He actually built Wiley College. It's noted, it's there in history, you know. So that's a aspect of my life that is just within me that I really didn't even know about till I got older. My other grandfather's W.A.C. Hughes, Lawyer on Brown versus Board of Education,
Yeah.
Baltimore version, absolutely. Um, you know, he was head of the Baltimore NAACP chapter, or well, a participant and a high-ranking participant. I don't want to get anything misconstrued or wrong, but yeah, I know his groundbreaking work had a lot to do with some of the freedoms and the rights that we still have today. You know, when he passed, Thurgood Marshall gave his eulogy. In fact, Thurgood Marshall, the first black justice, started his law practice off in my grandfather's law office in Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow.
So yeah, so him and Clarence Mitchell gave the eulogy when he passed along. You know, my mother, she was actually named Faulkner. She was a playwright. She spoke 4 different languages. She played instruments. Unfortunately, she passed very early on in my life, but
Sorry to hear that,
she
brother.
left. Yeah, but she left a lasting legacy. She was named Faulkner after William Faulkner. He's like a great cousin of mine. So
Wow.
yeah, the writer. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
his father. Matter of fact, William Faulkner's father is my great great grandfather. So, of course, my father had a #1 album in 1963. During the era where he had a #1 song in America, and couldn't go into a restaurant and get anything to eat. He had to go around back and get a cheese sandwich. So these are some of the things that built me. My uncle, he created the Majestics. I'm sure a lot of the people are familiar with that. And he traveled the world. He's an author, philanthropist. He's a eccentric guy, if I would say. He kind of reminds me of an older version of myself, but hey, families like that sometimes. um, you know, and my brother, I mean, you're familiar with my brother,
Boy.
Montana,
Yeah.
aka Big Lil,
Mhm.
legend in DC, one of the rap pioneers after Stinky
Boy.
Dink and uh, the earlier pioneers, Pop and Big Lil, Montana, the one man gang, OMG. He had all these monikers, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but they all fit him because he was fire, you know what I mean? So God rest his soul.
Yeah. Rest in peace,
Yeah.
man.
But super talented guy, writer, producer. Um, I mean, you you name it, he did it. He had clothing line, very creative spirit. I miss him a lot. I took a lot of my inspiration, as you say, you took inspiration from myself. I took a lot of my inspiration from him, from my lineage, from my father, my grandfather, and so on and so forth. But that leaves down to me. Multi-talented, multi-dimensional. I'm a go-getter, trendsetter. I've never, as you know, I've never I've never followed the trends. I've always been the fish that swam upstream, as so to speak.
Yeah.
Always in my own lane. Um, yeah, I can never fit the mold. So, I was always thinking outside of the box. That's who I am, so uh I can't say who I am without kind of elaborating on my past and my ancestors, because that's where we get a lot of the, our fire from, our spirit, they
Right.
talk through us, so gotta pay homage, gotta pay respect, do respect with, just do.
Hey man, listen. I like you put a lot of nuggets out there that even I didn't even know, and I've known you for years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the
And
fact that
honestly, that's just what I'm throwing at you, because it's actually a lot more elaborate than that. It actually gets deeper than that. Um, but you know what I mean. Again, tip of the iceberg, you know. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean the fact, like I said, I believe and I subscribe to, and I have 3 kids, so I try to teach them that we royals, you know what I'm saying? Like we walk, we are kings, we're queens. That's what we are. My little daughters are queens, man. You know what I mean? And so I try to get them to understand what the legacy is for the people who laid the groundwork before them, and the burden that you got to carry when you walk. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Learning how to walk into a room and light up a room without opening your mouth.
absolutely, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like that type
Be
of
the
stuff.
light, be the
But
light.
honestly, but like I said, I mean, this is why I turn the point back to you guys, especially you and Black. It was like, you know, understanding that the points that you said is to where it's like, being an entrepreneur, understanding that the game is bigger than what you see it as. You can't be like everybody else.
Absolutely.
Chart your own course. And I've never, and I don't know if you even remember how I used to be back in the day, but I never, went with everybody else, man. I always try to I had my idea
Absolutely.
and I just moved. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
You
So,
did.
like I said, that's
Yes, you
just
did.
shout outs to you, man. Again, and shout out to
Absolutely.
the Nitty Records fam and whole line. So, that's neither here nor there, man. But it's great to hear that
Technology.
you gotta love
Bear
technology.
with me. Bear with
To it though.
us.
So I know that you moved to DC.
Yeah.
When you were young.
Well, no. I'm from DC.
Okay.
I actually moved from DC to Maryland, like to like
Okay.
the Prince George's community area.
Yeah, PG. Shout
PG
out
County.
PG.
Yeah, PG County.
Could you describe back in the day what it was like for you coming up in DC?
Oh man, I mean, it was pretty it's pretty tough, you know what I'm saying? Born in DC. You know, my mom, she passed when I was 7. So I have 8 brothers and 2 sisters, but at the time I had 5 brothers and 1 sister, when she passed on. Um, so that was pretty tough. My father, he had to quit the music business, you know, because he was obviously an artist. #1 album, '63, still has his claim to fame, but he had to quit that to kind of take care of us and study. I mean, make sure that we, so it was a rough beginning. You know what I'm saying? Him quitting the music. We had a transition. From schools. Basically, we was in private school, and we had to wind up in public school. So that was like actually eye opening because in my household, my father never taught us color, never
Mhm.
taught us curly hair, color, none of that. You know what I'm saying? He's a dark skinned man, so our reflection. My mom was a very, very fair skinned woman. He was a dark skinned man, so our reflection always was him. Our mirror, and so to speak, was always him. So, and they never. Matter of fact, on her deathbed, she made him promise never to teach us colorism. You know what I mean? So the transition from private school to public school, even though we grew up in a rough area, and it was kind of that was different. That was awkward. You know what I mean? So a lot of that. My brother, who I looked up to so much. You know what I mean? My oldest brother, Jawan. He kind of became my father uh, for some years because my father had to work. It was only him, and basically he had to take care of all the sons, all the other boys. You know what I mean? And my one sister at the time. So he would cook, clean, get after us, make us do our homework. So he kind of embodied a lot. He took a lot on as a young teen. I would say my oldest brother Jawan, and so, and then my father remarried, and then so we wound up moving, like I said, to PG County, and getting into the street and everything, and the things that we went through. We went through some,
Yeah.
just like any other 90% of other black boys out here go through. You know what I mean? We was knee deep in it. You know what I mean? So, you know, that was experiences. I always say to people like I literally live like three lives now. Three, I really did, you know what I mean? Because it was a time where I didn't, especially me and Julian, we didn't know we were gonna make it to 18 because DC was wild, you know what I'm saying, and it spilled off on the surrounding areas, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
it was kind of like how Chicago is now, you know what I mean? So every day you ducking bullets, basically, you know what I mean? I remember, beefing with the guys across the street and I'm shooting from across the street, literally like, you know what I mean? From the rooftop, I mean, you know what I mean? So shooting and stuff. Like it was that was wild, you know what I mean? So got locked up, So, when I was younger, after going through schools, in and out of schools, because I was bad, You remember, you remember, but they don't. I used to always fight. I was a light skinned guy, a curly haired kid that they was always trying to test. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it was like a bit. It's an issue. It's like a kind of a stigma, and that's Pines behind us, the chief engineer over here. Yes, sir. You need me? Sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, my bad. Yeah. So, yeah. This going through. We went through a lot growing up, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to the boiling point where I guess when we all got locked up, or I got locked up, and you know, yeah. So I tried to get up out of there, But the good thing about the everything that I went through, it kind of led me into the whole multimedia. It literally led me into the multimedia arena, like coming home from jail, right? So it's funny, right? So I'm locked up, and they sentenced me to 11 years, but it was suspended, but like a few years, all but like 4 years or something like some 5 years. I forget what the number was, but I wanted to cut that down. You know what I mean? So while I was there, I became a barber. I went through all these programs, these schools, and I'm just flying through them. And the guy, the teacher, because it's like a learning institution in prison for the younger inmates, right? So I'm like, they're like, man, you real bright, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't. He keeps saying that every day. You don't belong here, like you know what I'm saying? Like you too bright, you know what I mean? Like you finish her. So I took the GED while I was there. So he signed me up for the GED test, and the GED test I did really well. I scored like really, really, really well. You know what I mean? And it allowed me to not only come home, but come home to go to college. I went to PG. I came home, came from jail, and went to fucking college. Excuse me, but I went to college. Yeah, I went to college. So yeah, so that was that was an experience as well. And in college, while I was in college, I went the whole electrical engineering route, right? Because it interests me, right? But while I was there, Nitty, Black, Julian Hurley, wanted to create music, the sound, this record label. You know what I'm saying? He kind of had this whole idea, and so we kind of fed off each other these ideas and everything. And next thing you know, Nitty Records was created. Never in Trouble Thinking Infinity. However, that moniker used to stand for not intimidated through tough incarceration.
Okay.
See, that's something that people don't know.
Never knew.
Because we was all locked up, but it was funny because it was a camp for us, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was wild, you know what I mean? But so it was never intimidated through tough incarceration, Nitty Records. But that shit ain't gonna fly like on a like a commercial, or like if you wanna see. That's one thing I would say about Julian Hurley and Nitty, like even since we was kids, right? He's always had an expanding mind. Like he always thought of the big picture, the bigger picture versus the right down the street, or what can we get into now? He was never the now person. He was always ahead of his time, way ahead sometimes, you know. So I credit a lot of my critical thinking and decision making with because of him. You know what I mean? And the way he enterprised his decision making. You know, so yeah, that led us into a long, lengthy road trip. Remember those road trips? You know, with Nitty Records. You know, so yeah, that
Yeah,
led us in.
the
What's that?
stories, and the just being a part of that, man. It's so many, bro. It's
So
so
I got countless stories. Which one you want? You want to hit drama? You want to be funny? You want? No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's you know, the stories from uh our exploits as Nitty Records. Man, them endeavors was those were amazing. You know what I mean? So that prepared me for the road. That prepared me how to speak to people. That prepared me for a lot of things. You know, so especially coming out of school and because I actually was in school and I kind of dropped out of college to pursue the media because Michael Wiles, another
Mike
you
Wells.
know yeah mentor who came into the picture like, hey man, you can do this TV thing. I've been doing this TV thing, this Urban Music Report. You know, come on guys, let's figure this out. And so we embarked on not only a which I could say we were one of like I could say the first to do this, right? Because we embarked on this like media campaign, except it wasn't no social media. Think about it, Donnie. We went on this media campaign promoting Nitty Records and all the exploits through Nitty Records, but on TV every week. Remember? Because the
Yeah,
TV show that used to come on, we got a time slot. We used to get together and watch this show. This enterprising, man, all the way back then. Like we were kids. We didn't really even know what we were doing, but that's where our mindset was, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And and we would all gather around at the hotel on across the street from Capitol Plaza Mall. I'm trying 450,
yeah. 450.
and we would watch this show for an hour and celebrate our exploits on the road. You know, like with celebrities. Like who else was getting to the celebrities and interviewing them? Just how we were. You know what I mean? Like Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, Master P. You know, all these cats that we had on the show every week. You know, so we were branding and didn't even realize we were branding. And then on top of that, we took all these flyers, right? Like, you know, said we bought all these posters, like fucking 50,000 posters or some crazy number that he bought. This is Julian's doing, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah,
So he goes and gets all these posters, and I'm like, damn, dog, you spending a lot of money on posters, right? He like this, man. It's like I said, his mind always was next, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to give credit where credit is due. He was like, man, how else they gonna know about us? How, you know what I'm saying? We got to put this shit everywhere, and that's exactly what we did. We plastered D.C., Maryland, Virginia with Nitty record posters. That shit was everywhere. And that shit stayed on some of them posts for years. You know what I mean?
yeah. I remember the
Um,
hop man. I remember the hop over.
and this is all organic stuff from this guy's head, just like because there wasn't no social media to catch on fire. It wasn't no social media to promote. It wasn't no social media to talk and make your stuff go fast and everybody hear it. No, you had to be organic. You had to hit the pavement. You had to put them fucking flyers up. You had to go get on that bus. You had to go drive that circuit. We drove America, dude. You know what I'm saying? We drove America with these flyers and posters, and next thing you know, we had fucking billboard in LA. You know, so yeah, I love that organic stuff. Just like with the new artists, how like I like say for example, Chance the Rapper. I just like how clever and organic some of these artists get with branding themselves and like thinking little slightly different than the norm and then looking back 5 to 10 years later and saying, wow, I changed some shit right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I respect that hustle. You know what I mean? I respect that. You know, I love to see those young dudes, you know what I mean, come up and play the game right. Now I'm not into the whole violent rap and shit no more. You know what I mean? But I mean, because you know I got kids, 7 by the way. So
Congratulations.
yeah.
I got 3.
So yeah, so yeah, I'm more of
Well, let me ask you this, brother.
a pacifist now.
Let me ask you this. You touched on a lot, and I'm thankful for it because it definitely, again, these are things.
I don't mean to be all over the place. I ain't all over the place.
No, you're not. You're not at all.
Okay,
You're not at all.
okay.
You're speaking truth.
Yeah.
I want to take what you said because literally you walked us from the past to the present, and then left it open for conversation, which is why I'm going to this point now. So, like you said, there was no social media. You couldn't get the quick fix with things like you did back like you
None
can.
of that. No, none of that.
And the things, like I said, I mean, how I remember watching y'all on TV before I even met y'all. You know what I mean? And then being like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like my little sister was like, yo, you hang with them? And you know what I'm saying? And, I was just like, yeah, back then I'm like, yeah, I was a celebrity too, trying to be at least, you know what I'm saying? But it's awesome because again, like you said, you take a snapshot of what was, and you look back at it 10, 15, 20 years later. It was like, yo, we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Even the small portion that I ran with y'all, it's so many stories, there's so many educational nuggets. But let's need to hear that. I want to take what you said with regard to Nitty Records and everything that you've acquired, all of the knowledge and skill set and so forth and so on. Could you take all of that and walk us through what Big T Productions is? What does it mean to you? How to get started, and how is this?
Yes, look, so absolutely. So so gaining the knowledge and everything from Nitty, right, and Michael Wiles, and we would go on the road, right, and we would tape pretty much everything. Like I exploit the laughters. I'm telling you, like we were reality TV before reality TV, man. I promise you, we got tapes to bear witness in Miami on the circuit. This dude making everybody laugh because he, these guys are awfully funny too, by the way. So, turning to the camera like, hey, Nitty Records, or so we did all of that for a while with the Urban Music Report, going back and forth to New York. Had a office in New York for 2 years. Like going back and forth, making the show happen and everything like that. And so just through those exploits, everywhere we went, we were videotaped. So finally, I had started working on my little watch collection and everything. So I would always videotape my watch and then show something. It's like stuff that like I see now that people are doing, like it's like a commercial, but we used to like just do this off the muscle just because I don't, just that creative spirit, man.
Right.
And so through all these exploits and all this fun, man, we had I'm telling you, like when you're pursuing your dreams, it's no such thing as work. Like it really ain't.
Right.
When you love what you do, you just feel like you feel blessed. You feel like that's what life is intended to be.
Right.
So don't oh man, don't fall in love with something you hate. Fail at something you love. I promise you'll have a more fulfilling life. But so this is Miami. We go to Miami. Me and Ivan, right? So Ivan the Terrible. Shout out to Ivan T. Shout out Dodge Dog. Shout out Porsche. Shout out Nitty. Shout out Gotti, rest in peace. C-Cat, get rest in peace.
Yep.
Eddie Hands, rest in peace.
Yep.
Jeez. It goes on, So, but we go to Miami, like we So I get up, man. We were so spontaneous too. That's another thing that we were so spontaneous. We will literally wake up in the middle of the night, be like, "Let's go to Tennessee." Like we literally would do this.
Yeah.
And so we wake up one day, we like, "Man, let's go to Miami." Dude, we ain't know. I mean, like we just hop in the car. I got the X5 with the diamond spinners. You know, I got the glow in the dark
I love
system.
that.
All that. The boy, I'm like one of the first person with that shit. So we driving down the coast and shit like, man, it's fucking 24 hours to get there. So about 18 hours in, Black like, oh man, we should go back. I'm like, man, we not going back, man. We done drove too far. We finally get there, right? So I'm telling you the story of Big T Productions. We get there, man. You know what I'm saying? So we get the hotel. Guess who at the hotel checking in? Fucking he's very popular now, the funny comedian dude, but he had just did Airplane.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. He had the Joan checking in, Vivica Fox and our Joan, because we used to roll like that. We used to find ourselves in the circles. You know what I mean? So, man, we stayed at the Conrad, matter of fact, like in the condo joint. You know what I'm saying? After I stayed in, man, it was supposed to be. So we get there 24 hours later. Black like, let's leave. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I ain't drive all the way down here to leave. And like, you man, because I guess he fulfilled his, whatever
Right.
he needed to fulfill, and he was ready to bounce, And I'm like, nah, man, I'm not staying. So I'm like, is anybody gonna stay with me? Ivan T like, shit, I stay. I said, man, I don't know when I'm going back. And he like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I wound up staying down there for like a month, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I stayed down that joint for like 3 solid weeks. With like shopping at Ball Harbor, shopping every time I would run out of money, I call my cousin, hey man, send me some money. You know what I'm saying? We get it right back.
Right.
Man, I'm down at Joe chilling, and every time we filming, Ivan T is like, Big T Productions, Big T Productions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Because we were Nitty Records, really. We were Nitty Records at the time. But every time we would film, or I had a camera, whatever, he'd be like, man, Big T. So I credit Ivan T. Yes, I do credit Ivan T with fucking naming my fucking company, because this dude, everywhere we went, because I'm Big T still. I wasn't, you know what I mean? But he's like, Big T Productions, Scott Evil Productions, because he called me Scotty Evil. Scott Evil from,
Yeah.
that inside joke. So, so he like, Big T Productions, and that's 2004. And in 2004, I stayed in Miami for 3 weeks. I went to Jacksonville for the Best of Both World concert with Jay-Z and
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. But they had broken up, but we had went there prior to make sure we had the stadium. I went from the Jacksonville Stadium to Atlanta, Georgia. I stayed in Atlanta, Georgia with Tico Pink. Shout out to Kiko, formerly known as Tico Pink. Yep. Exceptional artist. Look her stuff up. If y'all want something different, y'all want something unique, y'all want something that's going to shine, that's going to make you feel good. So Kiko.
Yeah, she's one of the greatest singers I've ever heard. Physically.
Tico Pink. Check her out. But look, so anyways, I go stay with her at her apartment in the Madison. We up there for another maybe week or so. Finally, it's my birthday. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and I'm telling every time we film, Ivan T is like, Big T Productions, you know what I'm saying, man? So we get on the road. We had a horrendous trip back. We got stuck on 85 right crossing over to South Carolina. That bridge, a tractor trailer fell asleep. The guy fell asleep, became a bowling ball, knocked 5 cars into the water over that big ass bridge. In the middle of the night, and it was fucking freezing. It was like November 9th, but it was cold as shit outside. I remember that shit because I tried to get home the very next day because my birthday is November 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So got home finally, like the next day, partied that night, and Big T Productions was born. That's how Big T Productions was born. And from that moment on, everything I did from that moment on was Nitty Records / Big T Productions, or anything else I do / Big T Productions.
Right.
So, was able to create another lane for our family,
Big facts. Great story. What so
Unique, huh? That shit is funny. You think you like that shit?
and it's funny
Because
because
this shit is real, dog. Like,
it's so funny to me because it's like I know all of the players. So it's like
yes, you do.
to
Yes,
see
you
how it's like, and again, these are dots that I'm connected that I ain't never know. I just like, okay, this is Big T Productions and it's like, Diddy Records. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
But they hear it and it's like I absolutely don't know how the T used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like to me, like I can totally see the
Yes.
visual, hear him and everything.
It was a joke that turned into a reality. You know what I mean? The joke that turned into a reality.
So what is so currently what is Big T Productions now? Like what are you involved in?
Yeah, I've evolved into AHM Enterprises.
Okay.
So, and Big T Productions is under
The umbrella.
yes. So, but I still do. So, Big T Productions is the media side. It's so I do all the production work, TST Studio, everything. Do the Big T production side. Shout out TST Studios, where I'm at now. That's where I work at. That's where I get it in. My brothers, we have a bigger calling. We work. We have a platform for people of color. I don't want to say minorities no more. You know what I mean? But people of color, we have a platform that we are proud to present. Even with the books, I mean, I want to get into everything kind of like step by step with what I do, but everything has a purpose, has a cause, and it all revolves around community building. So I have a group of people here. I'm talking about exceptional people from BooCon. You know, Arnold Campbell is a city planner. I mean, well, he was. Now he's like, ahead of whatever. You got Pines. You got some geniuses that I work with on a daily thing, and it's like they all like turn into like literally when they get off their clock, from teaching people and they put on the Superman fucking cape and come in here and let's rock it out.
Mm.
Like literally they turn into superheroes at night. You know what I mean? So that's something that I'm very fortunate and appreciative that I could be a part of. TST Studios, Urban Music Report. That's Michael Wiles, of course. The Specialist Network. So, the Specialist Network TV. Currently, if I could just like so as far as my Big T Productions, as far as AHM Enterprises, so it's several levels to that. So I do everything from custom home entertainment, automation, to and that's like electrical to luxury transportations. You know what I mean? So I have Sprinter vans to Presidential Syndicate Elite. You have man, so many things that's why I created the enterprise business because there's so many branches to who I am, right? I could never fit in the box. They always wanted me to be something, bro. They always try to tell me who I was, how I was, and what I was good at. And I knew that I was good at multiple motherfucking things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm serious, dog. So I'm tired of that whole box thinking. You're creating these drones to be something when they could be so much more. Okay,
Right.
So and that's how I teach my children. I try to teach them you can be so much more than what you even can imagine. You know what I mean? Life presents these different pathways for you. You know what I mean? So luxury rentals. I have the consulting group. We negotiate media contracts and things of that nature. AHM Consultants. I have the luxury tours. Of course, TST Studios, where I'm associate producer here. Okay, so like I said, we have a team that we work with. A liaison, with my uncle who created the Majestics. I'm a liaison of his where we've produced 15 children's books. Shout out to Leroy Hensley Jr., the most eccentric man I know. My uncle, amazing man, man. I'm talking about a storyteller phenomenon, a phenomenal storyteller. I'm talking about check out his books. It's everywhere. Amazon, Amazon.com. Get the ebooks. You got the Adventures of Little Man and Skeets. A little man is, of course, think of it like a young urban Indiana Jones. Urban Indiana Jones,
Okay.
and his little Skeets is his pet ferret.
Okay.
Okay, so they run through getting into all type of adventures. But say a young Indiana Jones meets R.L. Stein.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Goosebumps feel, but more adventurous.
Okay.
Exquisite material. We really believe in children's literacy. We advocate for children's literacy, so the wording is actually executed and intended to be a little more advanced because we want to when you read that book and you turned around and say, "Hey, mom, what does this word mean?"
Yeah.
It's overall increases your intelligence. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. Totally
little
understand.
little bit of that there. So that's like I said, 15 booklets of the Adventures of Little Man and Skeets. Then you have Voices from the Hall, where my uncle actually went to the juvenile hall and talked to the inmates there and had them write excerpts about their experiences and things. I mean, it's a really creative outlet. And,
Okay.
shout out to my uncle for even having the care to even go into the prison to talk to the youth. You know what I mean? So I think that's phenomenal. Uh, then you have shout out to my niece. I mean, my cousin Tara too. She's beautiful. Coming up, she's gonna be a model. I'm just putting it out there for you.
Okay.
But but yeah. So the novel that we have, the two novels is Old Blue Eyes is Black. That's an actual kind of a autobiography of my uncle, but just with exaggerated, And then you have the saga of Peter the Woodsman, one of our most important pieces. His first novel took him some years to complete. Um, Breaking Glass Ceilings. Again, this is a story based in Greek mythology. However, the hero is black.
Mm.
So, young man, woodsman, chopping up wood in the wood, whatever. He gets endowed with a mystical steed, an axe, and he turns into, this character that grows dreads and another, a character that we can actually let our children be proud of to see.
And identify.
Yeah, that they can identify with. Exactly. I mean, goes through all these enchanted stories, like I said, based on Greek mythology. So, it's never been done before. Say, for example, like the story that we have in chapters about Medusa. However, Medusa's been dead for centuries. He has to dig up the carcass just to get the ashes to see, and they still work as putting somebody to stone. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's very intricate. Just like I never even knew that, the Pied Piper. Are you familiar with the Pied Piper?
Yeah. Okay.
He was actually using the flute of Athenia, which is a mystical flute that enchants the person. Remember the Pied Piper had the kids follow him out.
Yeah.
So we got a chapter in the novel about that, like but this is again years later, and where he happens to find the flute. You know what I'm saying, through someone else's burial. So I mean it's very very interesting. So
Sounds
that's
dope.
a yeah. It's a $100 million budget movie that I'm going to make one day. I mean, it's going right along the lines of Harry Potter and Twilight. Oh, so I mean, this is some dope material. Again, shout out to my uncle, Leroy. I know you got them creative juices going right now. Keep going. So he can't stop writing. But yeah, Yeah. So that's just one thing. That's just the books. Then you have here, I mean, TST Studios, for example, man, I got a whole lot going on over here. But, COVID, of course, slowed everything down. But I'm working with some artists. Shout out to Osama the Drama. That is actually Khalil, my brother, Montana, the rapper. His son has now
Oh,
picked up the mantle, and he's fire with it. Osama the Drama. Check him out. So he's on YouTube, Osama the Drama, with a DA, the
okay.
Drama. Then you have Hun Ho, you know what I'm saying? He coming up, you know what I mean? Nice flow with it. You got Big School Wop. Big School Wop is the truth, man. He got that's Julian's son. That's Nitty's son. You know what I mean? So these
Yeah.
are the next generation taking up the mantle and are fire. You know what I mean? Not just like, I mean, I guess they seen the trials and tribulations and they taking and running with it. Just bringing the heat. So. Shout out to them. Shout out to Bleezy. Shout out to a couple of local artists. Rich, I know he trying to come up. He got a nice sound. You know, let's see. I don't want to forget nobody, but it's short. But it's a few artists. Let me Zach Lana, that fire man. He that truth. Uh, you got man, so many man. So many. Yeah. Oh, okay. Can't forget my man. Damn man, it's a lot. It's a lot
You
of
got,
folks,
you got a
man.
lot going on, brother. No worries. We understand that. We understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, the blessing is that, like you said, I mean, from what started indirectly.
Demo. Can't forget Demo. What's up, man? I know you. Hopefully you watching. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Demo. You got that Fetty Wap out. Um. Yeah. I try to go like, what I'm saying, because I want you to dig for these people so you can see them. Because when you see them, you know what I'm saying, that shit. Takiko. Can't forget Takiko. She's still going. She's still lit. She got that sound, baby. Tokiko, formerly known as Tico Pink. It's my girl, man. She got it. Um, yeah. But as far as the platform here at the studio, because as you know, this is not just a musical studio. This is a multimedia studio. We do a lot of television production out of here. In fact, this is a television production studio. This is our network. It's a network. But this list, I had to write it down because it's a lot, right? So we're working on our forthcoming feature film, Carlos the King, movie by T Miles. We're shooting that throughout the night. Again, forthcoming major feature picture, motion picture. You got the regular content which comes out of here every week or 24-hour streaming on Roku, Fire TV, Comcast. So you got Atlanta Entertainment with Deborah Rocks. Shout out to Deborah Rocks. What's up, girl? She's very very talented host. Been doing it for years. It comes easy, it comes naturally. We cultivate a lot of talent here too. By the way, we can bring you from the bottom to the top, just like with Princess the Real. That's my girl. Shout out to Princess with the Real. Bottom to the top show, where she's talks about people's journeys and where they're coming from and how they get there. Got Santonia live with Santonia, another seasoned professional young lady, beautiful young lady too, by the way. But she's worked with NBA networks. She does the broadcasting for the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Falcons. So beautiful young lady. You got CPR with Michaela. Michaela is I don't want to say a protege of mine because I've known her for so long. However, but I've watched her grow from a child, and she is one of the most natural host that you could probably ever encounter as far as this natural ability to be able to talk and interview people and get it out of them. You have Destination Hip Hop with Ari. You got Urban Music Report Atlanta with Summer. You got DJ Corrupt TV. You got Everybody Misbehaving with Misbehaving, a comedian. We're working on some new stuff now with the late night comedy. So we had a late night comedy show. We're working on a new show. This is one dear to me too. It's The Last Smoke. The Last Smoke is a buddy of mine has a smoke shop. And in his smoke shop he has a like a hookah lounge. Mm-hmm. And just the things that he experiences on a daily basis is crazy, but he has content that he's bringing to the table within that whole idea there. And then we have Soul to Soul coming up. Oh, Soul to Soul is dope. It's with Kenny Miles, formerly, well, not even formerly. He's still with the group. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say your word. Why am I losing the
I know you're talking about, but I can't recall the name either. God. I know the song.
I'm sorry, Kenny. But he's one of the hosts here too. I have a plethora of celebrities coming through here, like In and Out. So In and Out, they interview, we tell their story, just like you. Just like you. I appreciate somebody's finally asking me about my story. Can you believe that? All these years later. But yeah, we tell a story just like I'm telling mine. It's really dope, man. Dope setup. If we have time, when we're done, I can kind of walk you around if for the people to see if you want to do that.
That's fine. Listen. I want this to be the flow. So I mean, if you want to do that, I'm with it.
Yeah. I mean, when we finish like talking and everything, I kind of like finish it up by walking through the whole set. You know what I mean? That way people can see it. You know?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Well, listen. I mean, like I said, with all of the stuff that you got going on, I mean, first of all, it's dope. You know what I mean? It's definitely necessary to keep things moving, to keep the wheels turning. And I never, for 1 second, thought that you would slow down. So again, you know what I'm saying? Like to see that you're still rocking and banging like that, bro. Like
I stay busy, bro. But I've learned to not be so anxious. Okay, so I learned that everything happens within its own time too. So it's been a wonderful transition for me because now if it don't happen, it don't happen, bro. Like, and I'm cool with it.
Right.
If it happens, I know it was always meant for me. I know I was always going to get that. It's just within God's time, right? However, what I don't get that I'm so anxious to have, I know was never meant for me. So I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace with that now. So I don't rush the game no more. I don't. Hey, bro, I just let it. You know what I'm saying? Like I steer my ship.
Right. Well, I dig it. I dig it. Let me ask you this. And these are trying times, obviously, with all of the stuff that's going on in the world, especially in America. How was Atlanta after the Capitol attack?
Oh, wow.
And I mean, you guys are like,
let's get into this, man, because this is ridiculous. Because it's just a lot of hypocritical statements about what's going on. And the thing, I'm going to go straight for the gut, and the gut is like it's like two sides, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if like everybody's saying, I know it might be sounding cliche now and shit, but it's the fucking truth. And the fucking truth is, if those were black people rushing that Capitol like that, they would have been mowed down. Mm-hmm. They would have been labeled war criminals, traitors of the Constitution, and all thugs and everything else. Yep. You know what I mean? But because it's white folks, they patriots. Nah, man, fuck that bullshit. I ain't gonna go for that. I'm sorry. I did see some real live ninjas out that motherfucker though. They was climbing that goddamn wall. Never knew white motherfuckers could climb like that. I saw a couple of them fall too though. and they fall hard.
It's hard for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Well,
Yeah,
what's
but that's just it's hypocrisy at its best, man. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Come on now, like
well being a
I could. I'm
go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I'm saying I could even sympathize with some of their feelings. You know what I'm saying? I can't because I'm not the type of person that think inside the box because another motherfucker say, "Oh, be Democrat." Matter of fact, let's make this clear right now. I am not Democrat. I am not Republican. I am independent.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that concisely clear. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't follow I don't join no fucking parties. Okay. And then second of all, I don't like to be influenced one way or the other. I want to have an open mind, an open ear, an open head to what a motherfucker got to say. And I'm even more so into seeing the action. Because just like my daddy told me a long time ago when I was, getting into trouble and fighting all the time because I was in school, I was a fighter. And he'd say, and I'd be like, man, it wasn't my fault. They was picking on me. He said, I ain't hear words you saying because your actions speak louder than your words. He said, I don't hear nothing coming out your mouth. Because all I see is your actions. And I'm confused at the time because I was a kid. Like, huh? What do you mean? I'm telling you now. He like this is your words mean nothing because it's all in action. So yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think
I'm sorry, I don't even mean to keep cutting y'all, man, but it's just funny, man, because they fucking crying now. You know what I'm saying? They fucking on TV crying and shit. Like, nah, motherfucker. Hey, look, you gotta be built for the shit that you partake in. Okay, so if you ain't built for it, why are you participating in it? Okay, so that's always been my pedigree, and you know that, but they don't know that. But dude, I mean, like streets, corporate, you know what I'm saying, storming the fucking Capitol. If you ain't built for the shit, don't do it. Don't fucking get caught and then cry about the shit. All right? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. That's hypocrisy because you talking reckless. You talking real bold. You talking about killing people. You coming in that motherfucker with zip ties. All right? And now you got motherfuckers on TV killing themselves and crying. Come on, motherfucker. If you ain't built for it, don't do it. Don't do the shit that you ain't built to do. All right? Just avoid it. Life will be much better for you. It'll be easier.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. Listen,
Yeah.
this is
you got me boiled on that one.
This is it's designed to get your opinion, brother. Like, so you gonna listen to your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. You got me excited on that one right there. You know, they got me ready to take my jacket off.
Well, it's like I said, the fact of the matter is that you guys are like you guys are on ground zero. I mean, Atlanta and Georgia is like y'all a hot topic right now. So that's why I had to ask that question, to see what Atlanta itself is like because of the
Let me tell you something.
Demographics.
Let me tell you something, bro. I ain't never been a place where the fucking racial lines is more polarized. Let me tell you that for a fact. Okay? So you go in the city, yeah, everybody blending in, but they not really, but they blending, right? But the further you go out on the outskirts, you got the Indians in one area, you got the Asians in one area, you got the Spanish in one area, you got the blacks in one area, you got the whites all on the outskirts of them. You know what I mean? When I moved to Georgia, I didn't believe in all that. I thought it was all make believe. Like, all the stories we hear up north, like February is an important month. You hear shit going on, there's promotions everywhere about Black History Month and all that shit. You don't hear that shit down here. All right? And then like it's just like I said, like when I moved to Georgia, okay, when I moved into my house, I moved into a very nice house. All right. 3 of my neighbors moved out within the first, I say, 4 months of me living there. Wow. So you know what I mean. But again, I ain't even paying no attention to that. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, maybe it's just a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, my kids had a hard time playing with friends in their neighborhood and everything. I had a real nice house sitting on a lake and all that shit, deck out facing the lake. It was real nice, real peaceful. But yeah, my kids had a hard time. I wound up going to another diverse neighborhood after that, about 5 years later, and the kids ain't have no problems. You know what I mean? So it was real polarizing for me to see that whole racism shit is fucking really real down here. Like again, I thought it was like a myth, a storybook, a story tale that they read to us to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, scare the shit out of us when we were kids about racism in the South. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But no, that shit is fucking real. You know what I mean? So I've experienced, I've seen it, I see the red on the fucking face and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but yeah. It's getting better. I mean, you know what I mean? But shit, is it really it's getting better. How cliche does that sound? You know what I'm saying? It's getting better. It's getting better. Nigga, it should never be fucking bad. I mean,
Right.
I ain't even say Negus. Negus. That means black king. Negus.
Niggas. Okay.
Negus. 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 We can say that. Negus. People that don't believe me, look it up in the dictionary. It means ancient king, black king in Ethiopia. Okay. Negus. Negus.
Indeed. Indeed. So listen, before we take us on a tour real quick, one last question. What is your advice for people who are aspiring in today's climate with entertainment? What, through all your wisdom and everything that you've experienced, what advice do you have for people that are coming up?
Consistency is key. The only people in life who fail are the people who quit at what they set out to do. The only people in life who fail are the people who quit what they set out to do. All right? So don't quit. Keep going. Consistency is key. Here it is, 20 odd years later. I'm still here. I'm in the studio. Donnie is over here in the studio still. Look at him. Look at broadcaster. He looks sharp, don't he, y'all? Telling you, this is evolution. So if you have a talent and you know it's a talent, cultivate your talent. Concentrate on your talent. Don't let nobody steer you away from your talent. Work on your talent. Practice your talent. I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? Keep going. You know what I mean? And what's crazy, because it shows like America Most Wanted. I mean, America's Got Talent. I'm sorry, shit. I'm back in the day. But no, America's Got Talent showcases and tells you that you can have an odd talent and still become popular. You know what I mean? So follow and pursue your dreams, man. I mean, keep going. I promise you. Again, fail at something you love rather than love something you fucking hate to do. Or you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? It's going to give you a fulfilling life, a fulfilling feeling. It's funny because I'd worked corporate too. When I left the entertainment world, I got married. Okay, I was married for 15 years. Okay, while I was married, I left the creative world and I went to the corporate world. Okay, I did successful. I was successful in the corporate world. I made good money. I rose. What do you say? Climbed the proverbial ladder. I did that relatively quick. I worked 8 to faint. And the whole time I was there, cancer was growing inside of me. A cancer of disdain, a cancer of this ain't me, a cancer of what the fuck did I do with myself, a cancer of I thought you was a thoroughbred, why the fuck you doing this shit? You know what I mean? A lot of things, man. You know what I mean? Like a cancer grew in me. Not a proverbial, not literal, okay? Fictional, cancer. In other words, it ate away at me. It ate away at my soul. It ate away at everything that I love, okay? You know what I mean? It ate away at my fulfillment. And everybody always wonder why it's so easy for me to walk away, from something. You know what I mean? I can, because I can literally erase my emotions and walk away from something if it's not fulfilling to my soul, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not fulfilling to me, I walk the fuck away. You know why? Because, and I know this may not be the greatest advice for everyone because you got the bookworms, right? But a life of field versus a life of fucking mundane structure, everyday routine in and out. Some people can handle that. I can't. You know what I mean? So again, I was never the one for the box, and I'm a move. I'm gonna move myself. I'm telling you, I had to talk to myself. I'm gonna credit some people. Okay, I'm gonna credit Les Brown. All right, Les Brown is a speaker. He's a very motivational speaker. He's man. You need to, whoever don't know about Les Brown, especially you young people out here, try to get you a Les Brown book or look up some Les Brown videos. All right, so that's one of the guys who got me off my ass and said, you know what I mean, like. Okay, because like again, I'm a thoroughbred, right? And I'm going through this whole corporate thing. I got divorced. I'm consuming myself with work. I'm working 8 to faint, and I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, "Damn, dude, I thought you was a thoroughbred. What the fuck? You ain't never take no shell. You ain't never, just do some shit that you know what I'm saying, you ain't want to do because you feel like you had to do it. You found another way. So what are you doing? You know what I mean? I had to have that proverbial conversation with myself. I'm gonna credit somebody else that a lot of people don't like, but I like the dude. Steve Harvey, man, he gave me this speech, dude, about the proverbial cliff and jumping off. He cried, dude, and I watched this fucking video over and over again. And now I understand him. I understand him because when I jumped out when I fucking walked away from that $12,000-$15,000 a month job, because that's what I was doing. I was like $1,000 a month or whatever. When I walked away from that, and I have these 7 kids and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, your younger ones especially. I was like, dude, how the fuck I'm gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I hit that brick wall, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to jump. Because he said you gotta come to the cliff and you gotta jump, you know what I'm saying? You gotta jump your way to freedom, right? He said along the way, you'll get scraped up, scarred up, and everything. You're gonna get fucking scraped up. I'm telling y'all. You can get scraped up, scarred up, bruised. You will. You will. But when you clear the motherfucking cliffs, it ain't nothing but air, baby. And you be soaring. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm soaring. Thank God I'm soaring because of God. Oh, and prayer. You gotta pray every day. Excuse me. I'm Muslim, but I pray every day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. He cried, man, at that speech, man. I felt him. I felt him so much in that speech, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I listen to him. I listen to Will Smith a lot. Will Smith is the truth, man. I ain't gonna fucking lie, dude. If it's a guy that I'm gonna work with eventually, I would say it'd be Will Smith. Just because I want to be part of one of his projects or him be part of one of mine. Because I just respect him, you know what I'm saying? Denzel Washington is another one of man, this guy's the real deal, dude. The things he do off the books and on the books, you know what I mean? So I like that man. Yeah. But yeah, Will Smith, I definitely work with Will Smith, man. He's good influence, good role model, overall good guy. He ain't never had to rap about killing nobody, neither to go platinum. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. You know what I'm saying? So say what you want, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth is always going to remain the truth.
Right.
Get some of the supers.
So with all that being said, brother, lastly, how can people learn more about you? And then from that, you could walk us around the studio, and then we can,
Well, you can follow me on Instagram, Big T Pro. Yeah, so for productions, but I'm a pro at everything I do. I try to be, so it really fits me. Big T Pro. You can follow me on Facebook, Atif, Big T Productions, Muhammad, MUHAMMAD. You can email me at Atif at ahmenterprisesgroup.com or AtifM909 at Gmail or Big T Productions 04 at gmail.com. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we got all the links plugged. I already got those programmed in the comment section as well. So, again, I appreciate your time. And
it's people commenting.
No, I'm talking about no. I mean, in the details.
I got you.
I'm sure they will, though. This is very informative.
Well, hopefully, if I can inspire anybody to fulfill their dream, man, or pursue their dream, I hope even just one person, I did my job. God knows I did.
You got one. So.
Oh man, that's a blessing, bro. That's beautiful, brother. I promise you, like that. You can get, and people who've been around know this. You can get a better, fucking compliment than that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of weight on me. You know what I mean?
No, I understand. Yeah. I understand, but like I said, it's all facts. You know me. I ain't never spit a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. But like I said, it's all love, bro. And I appreciate you for your time. I don't have any more questions. If you want to show us around real quick, and then we can mob out.
Yeah, man, that'll be dope. I think that's a little unique, aspect to your showcase here. The actual tour of the facility here. So that's the actual live feed from the vocal booth in the basement.
Okay.
Everything's digital. This is Raven technology, touchscreen at its finest, for the mixing. That's the studio. All the monitors are off, but that's your security. Of course, you got your speakers. And this is just the vocal. That's the viewing for which, when we doing a showcase downstairs, that's actually live.
Okay.
So, is it a way I can flip this camera? Let's see.
You should be able to.
Let's see. I don't know. That's okay. Editing station. Let's see. Bear with me. We live, baby. We live. This is my crew. This is my crew here. We live. That's Bukan.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Pines, Darnell. Look, plans. This is one of the sets.
This is awesome.
There we go. Did you see it? Here we go. Look,
no,
that's the set.
Thing. I'm just giving the whole view so people can see the whole view.
Okay, let me get it. Go. Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, that's Pines, the chief engineer. Darnell, program director. Bukan. That's my man. He's the proprietor of this facility. This team. Go ahead. You tell him.
I'm part of the team right here. You just met,
This is the beat out of LA, y'all.
The whole got the beat. West Coast, East Coast. Just rocking.
Big facts, big.
Executive, that's executive producer. So look, check it out. This is going downstairs. This is where the magic go down. Some of our hosts for the shows. CST, baby. This is the control room where we control, like I said, security, live, watch the cars. Check it out. This is the green room. Everything's so kind of integrated. You kind of see yourself upstairs while you're doing the interview down here. Affiliates. Camera set up everywhere. This is the live sound stage. And a live audience. This is a showcase. This is your editing suite. And this is your vocal booth that you see upstairs. Light on. That's it from the monitor. Of course, you can't have a vocal booth without my man Tupac. Yeah.
You got the whole nine, bro.
The whole nine, bro. The whole, I try to tell you, cuz. Try to tell you, cuz. Come on down to the A, man. Let's rock it out. TST Studios, Lithonia, 6414 Margaret Road. Call me, DM me. You want to book a session? You know, and we get it popping. Put you right on camera, baby.
Yeah, I definitely send some people your direction, man, for sure.
Absolutely. We appreciate that too. We appreciate any and all the love. You know what I'm saying? Got the stage lighting. It's a real sound stage, baby. You'll love it, D. You love it. We have performances here that rival any show.
Definitely dope.
Yep. This is it, baby. This is it. This is where the magic go down. Look. You can't see it, but look, he's setting up right there.
Okay.
Getting ready, baby. Getting ready. You know?
Yeah, man. Like you said, that's magic, man.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it. So look, if I sit right here, let me cut my lights back on. Hold on. Boom. I sit right here. If I could have did the interview like this, and you could have just put me like in Paris or something.
In Paris.
That's it, baby. Africa. How about Ghana? Accra. So I go see my man Gus Cameo. Shout out Gus Cameo. The best real estate in Africa, especially Ghana, because that's where it's at in Accra. Luxury real estate, though. Y'all check them out, really. All jokes aside.
Okay. Indeed. Well, like I said, man, you definitely have always been forward thinking, man. I've always been ahead of the curve with everything, man. I gotta get ready to wrap this show up, man. But I definitely appreciate you for your time. I appreciate you, brother. Like I say, you've inspired me so much over the years, man. And like I said, it's an honor to have you up on the show, man. For real.
That's dope, man. I appreciate you having me. Like I said, hopefully we aim to inspire the youngs out here watching this. Anybody watching, I hope you can get inspired to follow your dream, keep pursuing it. It will become a reality if you make it so. It's up to you, though.
Indeed. Well, with that said, man, again, this is Donnie B got the beats. You know I got
Donnie
the beat.
B got the beats and Big T.
And Big T.
Yeah, I know. And Big T Productions. We signing out. We signing out with the crew. Man, that was an hour? Wow, man. You made it easy. I will say, man, he made it easy, didn't he, y'all?
Yeah. It's
real
hour
smooth. Wow.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, boss. Appreciate you.
And we about to be out. Stay safe, stay masked up, bro.
I will. I do every day.
Yeah, indeed.
All right,
we
Peace.
Donnie B.